Okay, so this is my video on the Look PLL, and what the Look PLL does is it breaks down the PLL into two easy steps. First, matching up all these corner cubies right here, and then matching up the edge cubies of the last layer. And it's really helpful because what it does is it breaks it down into 6 algorithms instead of 21 algorithms, which is the full PLL. So in that regard, it's extremely useful. Basically, I'm going to go through each step, first doing the corners and then doing the edges. So there's 2 algorithms you need to know for the edges, and 2 algorithms you need to know for the corners, and 4 algorithms you need to know for the edges. And so I'm going to start with the corners right now. Alright, so there's 2 algorithms you need to know for this first step. You may already know one of them, you may already know both of them, but I'm going to go over them right now. So this is the first one. It's the it's a 3-corner cycle. And what it's going to do is it's going to leave this corner alone, and it's going to move these 3 in a switch, which is basically going to line up all the corners for us so that they all look like this with 2 of them on this with the same color. So I'm just gonna give you the algorithm right now. It's I hope you know basic notation. It's gonna be X, right 2, down 2, right up, right inverted, down 2, right up inverted, right, and that, as you can see, pairs up all the edges for us. Now this one, none of the edges corners are the same. So what we need to do is use a different algorithm. So and it's going to be the Perm. I think it's going to switch these 2 corners with each other and these 2 corners with each other. So what you're going to do is hold it any way you want and do X prime, right, up inverted, down, right, up, right inverted, small U2, right inverted, up, right, down, right inverted, up inverted, right. And as you can see, it matched up all the corner pieces for us, and all we're left with is the edges to deal with. And that's the first step of the Look PLL, which is matching up the 2 corners. Those are the only 2 algorithms you need. Alright, so these are 2 you should be pretty familiar with. This is the counterclockwise 3-edge cycle, and this is the clockwise 3-edge cycle. Alright, so the clockwise 3-edge cycle, you obviously hold the completed side in the back, and you perform the algorithm right 2, up, right inverted, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, right inverted, up, right inverted. And that'll solve it for you. And in the counterclockwise edge cycle, hold it the same way, the same color in the back, but this time you go right, up inverted, right, up, right, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, R2. And that'll solve the PLL for you. Alright, now these are the last 2 you may not be familiar with. I'll start with this one. What it is basically we need to flip these 2, and then we need to flip these 2. So the green needs to go right here, and the blue needs to go right where the green was, and then the orange and red need to switch as well. Alright, so in this one it has an M, so an M looks like this, where you just I use my ring finger to move the layers. So it's gonna be again, it doesn't really matter. You can hold this one any way you want, and it's going to flip these 2. So it's M2U, M2U2, M2U, M2. And that'll solve that for you. Now this one, it flips these 2 edges right here, and it flips these 2 edges right here. So as you can see, the orange and blue right here, and then the green and red right here. Alright, so again, you have to hold it so that these 2 switch and these 2 switch. If you hold it like this so that these two switch and these two switch, it's not going to solve the cube. So it needs to be these two and these two. So hold it, and it's going to be M2U, M2U, M, U2, M2, U2, M, U2. And that'll solve the PLL for you. And that's all those are all the algorithms you need to know. And now I'm going to show you how the Look PLL can be used. Alright, so I'm going to use 3 different solves using the Look PLL just so you get an idea of how it works. Alright, so this one, if you don't know the Perm, then obviously you have to use the Look PLL. So in this one I see these two colors right here, they're the same. So I'm going to hold it on the right and I'm going to perform the 3-corner cycle. It's going to be right, 2. And now all my corner pieces are lined up, and now all I have to do is line up these, and this is using the Z permutation, so it switches these two and these two, so M2U, M2U, M-U2, M2U2, M-U2, and that'll solve it for you. So that's how you can use the Look PLL in that case. Here's another case in which we have 2 edges that match right here. So if you don't know the G permutation for this one, then you obviously have to use the Look PLL. So you're going to hold them on the right again and perform the algorithm. And as you can see, now you can use the clockwise edge cycle. So right 2, and that'll solve the Look PLL that way. And here's the last case I'm going to go over. In this case, none of the edges match, so you're going to have to use the E permutation to switch these 2 corners and these 2 corners. So and again, it's the Z perm again, so M2U, M2U. And there you go. So that's basically how the Look PLL works. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Make sure you catch my Look PLL video and subscribe to my videos, because I will be making more videos for some of the more advanced methods in the future. Thanks for watching.